Vooch sucks. Yeah. Thank you for that. He's horrible. You guys fooled the shit out of me with that one. But my question for y'all is,
he's not in the same role that he was in Orlando.
I get it. I feel you. All that good stuff.
What is it about big men not being able to play in a big?
He forgot how to shoot.
Yeah.
He forgot how to make turnaround jump shots. All that. He just forgot things. I don't know. For me, my question for you guys is, you guys said talked about. I feel like I asked this question on Twitter like every 3 weeks. Like, when is Jonathan Isaac coming back? When is he gonna play? And you guys now have basically walking into this year with pretty much the full roster. Give me just 3 guys on the roster that you think is going to make the most improve, not statistically, but just in the eye test, based off what you've seen last year, what you've seen this year. Who are the 3 guys that are going to improve the most in their game?
To me, it's Jalen, it's Markelle, it's Franz Wagner. It's pretty simple. I know we just talked about who might be more improved, Markelle or Wendell. And just looking at Wendell post All-Star last season, it was only 11 games, but 19 points, 11 rebounds. I mean, I love Wendell. I felt like most of the season last year he had another level to get to, and he got to that after the All-Star break. Facts. But you add Paolo to that mix, it's going to be another guy that needs to eat. I don't really see Wendell taking another massive leap like that. So Markelle, is probably my bet on the Magic to be most improved. And then Jalen Suggs, legitimately like top 15 defensively in terms of perimeter defenders last season. If the offense can turn around even a little bit, and he shoots better than 21% from the three-point line, I think he's going to be a guy that can make a big leap. And then Franz Wagner, obviously coming off of the great rookie year that he had. He's getting ready to play for Germany in Eurobasket 2020 in about a month here. Cool. They're going to be playing against Luka Doncic, Goran Dragic, a few other NBA guys in their group stage. So it's going to be good to see how they stack up just kind of internationally. Both Wagner brothers will be playing for Germany. But just to see him a year stronger, a year more experienced, another healthy offseason in the gym, see what kind of leap he can take. So Markelle, Jalen, Franz Wagner.
I feel like if I'm an Orlando,
Luke has to go.
Oh, Luke, I'm sorry, bro.
No, I'll make it easy.
No, you could take it as long as you want.
I've got one substitution. I'm taking out Jalen and I'm putting in Cole Anthony. Reason being, like, I think that his improvements will come in his efficiencies. Last year, he had to be the guy. At one point, was averaging 20 points a game, and then completely plummeted near the end of the season.
It was bad.
So for me, I mean, he shot 6 threes a game, and had like 33.
I thought it was 35, something like that.
I feel like you hate Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't hate Cole Anthony.
He called a stray on our last.
Cole Anthony some strays.
Yeah, he called a crazy stray on the DeJounte video.
You're acting like he's Cole Anthony.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was so uncalled for.
Cole Anthony, and I say this with all due respect, is the worst starting point guard in the NBA.
What?
All due respect,
Russell Westbrook?
The most disrespectful thing you can think of.
Give me Westbrook.
You think Monte Morris
Give you Westbrook. This guy
is he a starter?
He did start in Denver.
In contract? You're nuts.
I just think
what about
that he shot
Raul
39%. Like Raul Neto, did he start actually?
No. I don't know.
Monte Morris started though.
Wait, in Denver?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But Campazzo started for a few games. Cole is definitely better than him.
Okay, fine. So if he's not 32nd, he's 31.
That's mean.
You don't like
30,
him.
I apologize. If he's not 30, he's 29. Not that I don't like him. Listen, I had Cole Anthony in fantasy. I enjoyed it, but at the same time,
what's that got to do with that?
Because usually you gain a relationship when it comes to fantasy. Like that, not necessarily I don't like him. It's just in terms of his play, it's just not one that is most beneficial in the starting lineup. I think that your primary focus needs to be Jalen Suggs. That's what I wanted to say, and I apologize, Luke, for cutting you off. If I'm a Magic fan, my primary focus would want to be that Jalen Suggs takes a huge stride in his development. And I'm looking at Jalen Suggs to be the one that I'm looking to be the most improved player in the NBA, where he had similar statistics, less assists than Markelle, but he shot significantly worse than what any Magic fan was expecting. You mentioned it, 21% from three, 36% from the field. This is something that I'm looking at as an Orlando Magic fan. We see the defense. We see that he has those capabilities. But offensively, we need you to be a huge notch above what you gave us in your rookie season. I think that he needs to slow his game down. He needs to start processing the game at a higher pace so he's not moving at the way that he's trying to process the game. And I feel like if I'm a Magic fan, Suggs is my primary focus. Because we used a very high draft pick on him for him to be arguably the worst let me not say that, because if you took Franz at his position, it seems that would have been the better fit, because Franz was clearly better than Suggs last season. My whole thing is he has to be the focal point if I'm a Magic fan.
Yeah. And I can't remember, Riv, did you say who we want to be the most, like, to improve, or who we think?
Think, my man.
Okay, think. Yeah, which is why, because, like, if I'm wanting, because, like, Andrew said, like, that's who Magic fans should want to take the leap. And he is who I want to take the leap.
Okay,
because
fair enough.
He's already got the defensive side of the ball, like,
unlocked.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that unlock.
He is fine. But unfortunately, there's two sides to this game. He's got to be better on offense too. So I think that it's realistic that he does take that jump. I just think that Cole won't have to play hero ball so much.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna find out if that's his brand. Like, this year is the year we find out.
Suggs,
he just want to do that.
Suggs' ceiling is Chauncey Billups.
That's not a bad ceiling.
That's a great
That's
ceiling.
a great
It's a
ceiling.
I
fantastic
just
ceiling.
actually came over with that literally like 2 seconds ago. I heard defense.
But
and I just
Scary.
let me ask you guys this: Is Cole what is Cole Anthony to you guys? Honestly, what is he?
I think most Magic fans would agree that at this point he's most suited. And
Sixth man of
his
the year.
game
Sixth
is most
man.
suited to be
He
a
has
sixth
to be.
man.
I agree.
Come off
Yeah.
the bench, provide that spark, get busy getting buckets. You're not going to ask him to really facilitate for others, even though he can do that to a certain extent. But just get out there and get buckets. I mean, if we look at the previous 6 man of the years, Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, what do? They get out there and they get buckets.
score,
So
for sure.
I think that's what we're looking for out of Cole Anthony long term.
And I think Cole can be that. The Orlando Magic are a team that I think is very interesting, because out of all these young rebuilding teams, they are the one team that you can sit there and legitimately say they play defense. They were one of the best defenses post All-Star break. So knowing that defensively Jamal Mosley is going to have them ready to play, and it's really just the offensive leap that has to happen, what is your prediction for the Magic this upcoming season?
I'm so glad that you just asked this, because we finished recording our pod a little bit, and as in a little bit of downtime, I deep dove on the last 10 seasons of the teams that ended up in the top 10 in defensive rating in the entire league. So that's 100 teams. The last 10 years, all the teams that finished in the top 10 in defensive rating for the regular season, 88 out of 100 of those teams made the postseason. So the Magic, like you said, finished 7th in defensive rating post All-Star break last year. Jalen Suggs was not healthy that entire stretch. Neither was Wendell Carter. Markelle Fultz was on a 20-minute minutes restriction. We would all kind of say that he's a step up defensively from Cole Anthony.
Isaac.
If you add Jonathan Isaac to that, me, 10 should be the Magic's floor defensive rating next year, with the personnel and the culture that we have in place.
Their rating.
They finished 7th last year, missing Jalen Suggs at times, Wendell Carter, Markelle, 20-minute minute restriction, no Jonathan Isaac. You're giving me a 2019 Jonathan Isaac to that team? There's no reason that they should not be able to get it together on that end of the ball and be top 10 in the league.
So it's all predicated on Jonathan Isaac's health for that statement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see. I understand where you're
Y'all
coming from.
Without that, I still think they should be top 15.
Y'all got to score. That's the problem, is on the offensive end.
You said
even without that, if you just look historically, the last 100 teams to be in the top 10, 88% of those teams have made the postseason.
True.
Like, weren't the
will the Magic be the 12% that are out?
They could be. Now they could be. They could be.
It's a good Eastern Conference.
They're not.
Yeah, it is a good.
It is a good Eastern
Eastern
Conference.
I definitely
But,
think playing
we
is a successful season.
Yeah, it is. It's a step up.
Oh,
Yes.
if Joel, if you're telling me the Magic are in the play-in next year, I'll say that's it. That's all I need to see. This team is like, they're gonna be good. They're so young that if you think like you keep this team together, if they're a play-in team next year, what are the next year? Like, do they just continually take these jumps? They grow together. Now you just got to get into the fact that all these players are so young. Eventually, someone's not going to make money that they want.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I think that, if they can play well defensively and Paolo is the guy offensively that we think that he can be, I think a play-in spot is possible. But I really put it as, like, I did this a couple episodes ago on our pod, but I think that fully healthy, realistic is 36 wins. So, but the issue is the Hornets, what'd they have? 42 wins last year? They were the 10 spot.
43. Yep.
43. So, like, they were the 10 spot last year. So 43 wins gets you probably to the play-in.
In the East. The East is tough.
But the Hornets also, like we also have talked about, Miles Bridges, what's he gonna like? Is he done? So if he's done, that Hornets team takes it, like Jonathan said too. You can't just tell a guy you can't just sign a guy and be like, hey, we need you to do what Miles Bridges did for us last season. They're gonna take a step down. KD, if he get, we're gonna start the campaign. Trade KD out west. Get him out of here, bro. Because if that can happen and the Nets can continue to implode, that would be awesome. And yet another team to fall out of that play-in talk in general. And then, you know, you get, it really hinges on the Knicks, and I hate anything having to rely on the Knicks. So I'm just gonna hope the Magic are top 10 in defensive rating, that the Knicks don't get Donovan Mitchell, and that we just enjoy the season.